Hi everyone, good evening. Thanks for joining once again. So today is the final demo session. Whatever we completed or we discussed yesterday, that is the day, session one. So today we'll go through the few more demo session, and tomorrow onwards we'll start the regular session. Okay. And so yesterday we discussed about the SAS, PAS, AS. We have not in depth. We have not discussed. Let me go through the this. What is SAS? What is PAS? What is AS? So that you can understand. So as of now, we have Oracle is providing these two, PaaS and SaaS, as also available, but nobody is using the as application. Okay. Now let's go with the SaaS. What is a SaaS? Software as a service. Okay. PaaS is a platform as a service. As is a infrastructure as a service. Okay. Now we are using most of the companies. Okay. Most of the clients are using SaaS product, Oracle product. Okay. Now, as discussed yesterday, you go through this one, SaaS. You order your biryani, you don't have to worry about cooking ingredients or the kitchen. And we have one more about SaaS. Let's see about that SaaS also. Example, you take a taxi like Uber, okay, Ola, Rapid, whatever you call it. You don't worry about the car, fuel, route. Just shop in, uh, sh- just hop in the and enjoy the ride. And one more, we have Instagram, okay, Facebook. So simple thing. They have already the application, okay, Oracle Fusion application. Give me 1 second. So, sorry guys. Okay. Instagram, Facebook, you're aware of these two social media. Okay. And if you observe, you can use the Instagram and Facebook by creating your pages. Okay. Whatever the design they have done for the Instagram and Facebook, you are going to use the as it is. You are not going to modify anything. Oracle Fusion application also, whatever you see, let me go to application so that you will understand. Once client has taken the subscription, okay, once client takes the subscription, and this is a real-time instance, okay, not a vision instance. If you observe, there are couple of, we have the public instance and private instance. This is a private instance, okay. So if you observe, you are not going to modify anything. Whatever they have designed, whatever the Oracle product is having, you are going to use it as simple as. Same thing, that is as we are going to use. We are not going to do any modification. Just we are going to use the product. That's what SaaS says. You book your car, you reach your destination. You book your Zomato food order, you just taste it. Simple. So that's what Oracle is. This SaaS product is having a very high demand. Okay. And in this SaaS product, you will have the reports, okay, where you can extract your reports. Okay. And we have the interfaces like third party application. Suppose now client is moving from the PeopleSoft or maybe JD Edwards, Dynamics or Quick, whatever you call it, Tally, whatever you call it. So now how they can do the interfaces if they want to do any integration with the third party application. So client won't move directly with the all the modules, or like maybe entirely they will not take any decision, any client, any business. They will slowly move by phase. Okay. At the time, they want to use the PeopleSoft. Suppose let's take about this PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft as the ERP application, whatever they're using existing application. Now they are only moving GL module. Only they have decided to move only general ledger into the Oracle Fusion. Now, whatever the data, their source ERP is the PeopleSoft source application. Source one. Now, whatever you do in the general ledger in the Fusion application, this data has to go to the PeopleSoft for their flexibility of the reports or for their reference, whatever you call it. At the time, you build the integration between the Fusion application and PeopleSoft application, and that to general ledger mode. That's what the in SaaS product you have those options. Now, upgrade automatic. Okay, every 3 months, every quarterly, Oracle releases the new features. This is one of the beauty of the Oracle product where you Oracle updates. Okay, Oracle release the new features. Simple example. If there is a 50 MP camera you're holding with the iPhone, okay, and whenever there updates, you cannot get the upgrade version until unless you purchase your new iPhone mobile. Am I right? Until you purchase your new iPhone mobile, you will get the 100 MP camera. So in Oracle, what they are doing with the SaaS product, whatever they update, whatever they upgrade the features, new functionalities, new features, whatever they release it, new releases, automatically upgrade automatic. So clients or business, they are not going to do any manual work. Automatically, whatever the functions or features are available in that, it is automatically upgrade versions. There is no manual work with the SaaS product. Okay. Now, let's go to PaaS. There are a few clients who will use the PaaS as well. Okay. Now, platform as a service. So in this PaaS product, you will have the customization. Most of the things you have to do the customization. Means if you go to your example, someone provides you with the ready-to-use kitchen, you just focus on making biryani itself. Now, if you go to second one, PaaS one, this one, you lease a car. You take your car and you go to any trips. Maintenance and servicing, you just focus on the driving. Okay. Now, same, if you go to PaaS application, PaaS subscription based, you have to do your more customization works. Okay. Reports, and you can do the pages and application where you can do the modification of the application. Okay. Interfaces, we have the same third party application integration. Okay. And one of the best one where you don't have the upgrade, no automatic. In SaaS product, you will have the automatic upgrade versions. Whatever the Oracle releases, automatically in the SaaS subscription, you will get it. But whereas in PaaS subscription, you will not get the upgrade, no automatic. You will only do the manual work. So most of the time in PaaS subscription, you have to do the modification, lot of customization. Okay, there is so much manual work involved. As simple as if you understand this example, you lease a car, you have to reach your destination, and if you are going to cook something, you have the kitchen and you are going to make it yourself as a biryani. You have to make your food. That's what the PaaS. Now, as is where no one is using as of now. So there is lot of things that we have to do in the no application. We have third party, we have to install some other applications. So installation will be there. So now, as of now, we are going to use this one, SaaS product. Any doubts on this SaaS, PaaS, as? Only these two. Very, very important. If you understand the below images, if you understand the above image, and I'm comparing where you can relatable that Instagram, Facebook, leasing a car, okay, booking a car, okay, and like booking a food, so that you will understand. These are the reality and local on daily basis, daily activities we perform, we use it. And Oracle releases every 3 months, quarterly basis. There is no other ERP application where there is an upgrade version. Every 3 months, they release the new functionalities, new features. As of now, in the current market, there is no ERP application where they are releasing the new features every quarterly basis. Okay. Now, simple one. Let's go to functional technical. We are the functional technical. Okay. Now we are going with the functional consultant, not with the technical consultant. Okay. And we have the end users. Okay. Consultant, we have end users, functional consultant, technical consultant. Now, in any project, okay, in any project, or maybe 10 years earlier or 15 years earlier, there was a high demand or high dependency on the technical consultants. Every business, every client, every organization depends on the technical consultant, technical side. Now, what happened is Oracle Fusion application made such a easy thing where functional consultant can use or maybe work as a techno-functional. Also, he can, as working as a functional consultant, he can also manage with the technical side. Now, if there are 10 people in the project, 10 in project, 10 in project, only one technical, 9 functional team will be available. In any project, if you take any project, whether it is startup, whether it is MNC, Big Bang, whatever you call it, 9 people are functional. So we have the huge demand. In future also, you will have the huge demand. Okay. Now, go to consultant roles. Okay. We have consultant in the Oracle Fusion application. These two are very important. Our role will be consultant. There is other side. Okay. Where day-to-day operation, okay, activities are performed or worked by the end users. These are the end users. We call it the business users, key users who works on the application. Like they maintain the real-time data, like real-time transaction. For all the modules, there will be teams who will be handling like GL journals, AP invoices, okay, payments, audits, AR receipts, okay, pay customers, payments, bank, like R2R, we have record to report, reconciliation part, cash management, everything like assets. So there is so many departments will be available in the end user side. Okay, like they will have, if there is one project, approximately there will be 400 to 300 members, like 300 to 400 members, like employees will be end users, because every day they have to perform the activities, transaction, day-to-day transactions. So real-time data will be maintained by the end users. Now, consultant, okay, and as a consultant, every time you are going to connect with the end users if there is any issues that we'll talk about. Okay. Now, job designations, functional consultant, like below 5 years. If you're having below 5 years experience, you will be getting the functional consultant role. Okay. Above, mostly above 5+, you will get senior consultant, senior functional consultant, like 5 to 10, in between, like 5 to 9, 5 to 8, you will get the senior functional consultant. Now, lead consultant, mostly 10+. That too relevant, not overall experience. Okay. And as we discussed yesterday already, okay, it depends on your overall experience. It depends on your previous CTC. You may get your packages. Okay, if you are hands-on experience, if you are good with the subject, you may, suppose if you are holding 10+year experience overall, you want to convert into 10+years as a Oracle Fusion only, then that much knowledge, that much exposure on the application, okay, hands-on experience, that much skills you should have. Until unless you should have relevant experience with the application, then you can keep it. Otherwise, you need to reduce your overall experience and keep it only relevant experience of 50-50%, where you can grab your opportunity. Okay. Now, as we discussed, modules, these are the modules we are going to learn it. Now, there was an order which I changed it. Now, actually, cash management comes on fifth one, fixed asset comes under fourth. Okay. Now, general ledger, accounts payable, account receivable, cash management. These are the four modules we are going to cover as much as. Okay. Fixed assets, we are going to take it as a least one because this fixed asset module is a tricky module. Okay. If you are able to, okay, suppose the course you'll get in the fixed assets, but my suggestion, as per my experience, if you touch fixed assets as the implementation or anything that you say in the interview, then that entire interview will be most of the time that fixed assets. Today also, okay, today also there was one interview, okay, and they started with the GL, okay, more on about FA. So straight away we said we have only limited knowledge in the FA. We worked only on the support project, and we convinced the interviewer to ask only AP and GL side. Now GL and AP, he asked most of the scenario based questions, and there was a full confusion of the interview. He was trying to confuse. He was trying to confuse. Whenever you are having a good skill, good like practical knowledge, then it is very easy. Okay, and as discussed, if you are good with the two modules also, you can get the any opportunity because accounts payable module is the one of the subledger, biggest subledger module. Okay, and cash management is a very limited one. Like it is rarely you will get a questions on the cash management. Mostly you will get the questions on the general ledger, accounts payable, account receivable. So these two are the biggest subledger modules you need to focus. Even GL.
Bala, sorry
Yeah,
for interrupting. What about expenses? I think these days they are also asking about expenses, experience, something like that.
high expenses.
Yeah.
That we are not going to cover. So the high expense will be discussing, but as of now, I'm saying only these are the five modules. So we'll be looking out like high expenses and intercompany. Whenever there is a time permit, we'll definitely go to the expenses and intercompany.
One more question I thought of asking, I missed it. So, will these 40 hours enough to learn all these five modules? Because many people say minimum 60 to 80 hours required to learn all this.
See, I reduced to 40 because
Okay.
I know this won't be core structure. In core structure, I kept as a 40. Okay. If
Okay.
I keep 100 also, you will get a questions. If I keep 80 also, you will get a question. But what 40 hours we learn is as much as possible, whatever the possibilities for to crack the interview. As I told you, you will be learning only max to max only real time as a consultant. In this 40 hours also, 30 hours also, there is a fair chances of the cracking the jobs.
And one more question. So, what about end user training? Because
I'm
if we
not
know
able to
what
understand.
end
So
user,
your voice is
can you hear me now?
yeah.
So, what about end user training? If we know what exactly an end user is doing, then only we can cope up with that and we can do some configurations and all as a consultant. So, will
Yeah,
you explain that?
we'll be going through one of the sessions. We'll be covering all end user activities. We are going to cover it.
Okay. Yeah.
In
No.
one of the
And you
session,
will
we'll talk about what end users performs activities, what consultant, how approach will be like towards end users. Okay, how they give the KTs. Okay, trainings, SOPs, everything in one session. We'll go through it.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and we have these are the modules we are going to explore, and we have others. One is BPM, okay, business process management, where approval or flow, okay, where you can see the approval flow, where you can design, where you can define your approvals for entire GL, AP, AR, every module you are going to use the BPM. Okay, approval overflow, basically it is an approval overflow where you can go into define your approvals. Now second one, OTBI, it is a drag and drop reports. OTBI reports, drag and drop. Suppose you need AP invoices report. or invoices payment report. Okay. Or someone or client is asking. You can use a OTBA as a so nowadays function consultant also using the technical knowledge like OTBA is a used for only OTBA used only handled by the technical, but OTBA is a simple one where you can use the drag and drop. Suppose you want business unit, supplier, okay, invoice amount, invoice date, so that you can just drag and drop it and you can make it a Excel report, PDF reports, like you can have the dashboards. You can also maintain the pivot tables. All those things you can by using the OTB. You can use it. You can get the simple reports. Now sandbox. Sandbox also used by the technical for the customization. Suppose in the application, let me go to application level. Let me go to payables. So this is a real-time instance. It is not a public instance, it's a private instance. Now, if you want to create an invoice, just click on this one. Now, we are talking about the customizations. Now, there is a requirement from the client side. Okay. Now, if you observe, there are mandatory fields, which is a definitely you have to mandate, you have to fill the details. Now, client requirement is one of the field. Suppose let's take out this field. Now, client is requirement is this invoice group also mandatory in the invoice header level for particular business unit or maybe entire application. Okay, at that time we will be using the sandbox. This also you handle by the technical. But as we discussed, we should aware of little bit about technical side as we are an experienced candidate. We are going to keep like once your profile is 10 years, 12 years, 13 years, 8 years, then definitely there is a possibility of getting any simple interview questions so that you will be aware of these what is customization. So in one of the session, we are going to use this invoice group as a client requirement, then how you fulfilled, whether you used a sandbox for customization or is there any functionality you can use within the functionality you have fulfilled that requirement. Or suppose now they don't want supplier site as a mandatory field. Now they want to remove this mandatory star mark. Then also you can use the sandbox. And moreover, if you go to invoice action, now cancel delete option is there where end users or business users or key users. Now client is requirement is they don't want to see any users performing particular users performing these activities. They don't want to see this option. Now client wanted to hide these two options for hide. So this is also one of the customization. By using the sandbox, you can achieve those things. So we are going to explore like a something that you are unique to the as we discussed. You should aware of the sandbox customization. In one of the you will say in one of the implementation process, there was one requirement for the AP. Okay, where client was requirement was we have the invoice header level, we have the cancel and delete option where client requirement was these two options should be disabled or the user should not see these two options. So by using sandbox, I have done some customization. Okay, I worked on. So we have the page composer, we have the application composer, we have. So you can explain in such a way as if. So we are going to explore this one. So simply you will explain. So one of the customization you will explain. Suppose if there is a OTBA, if someone is asking, are you aware of the OTBA BA report? BA is a SQL. So you say, see, I never worked on the BA, but OTBA part of that when I was in a support project, I used to work on the few of the reports where client was requesting. I used to pull those reports based on the requirement. I used to ask the what are the fields you require like business unit, supplier, invoice, invoice amount, invoice dates, accounting dates. Based on that, I used to pull out and I used to submit those report to the client. These things and BPM. We have the BPM particularly approvals. Every interview, they will ask the interview question on the BPM. And we are going to explore for the BPM application also while using GL, while using AP, we are going to define few approvals like one or two approvals, you will understand. So two sessions, one is like requirement, one is like BPM approval, we are going to explore it. So these are the technical side, and it is useful for you to know about this little bit. BI we are not going to tell about because it is SQL. You say that I never worked on the BI side, but as of now I don't have any much knowledge in the BI side as well. You should tell. Once you said about BI, if you are, but see sometimes what happened, there might be a requirement on the more on the BI side, but compared to the functional side. If you say that BI, then you may get the more and more interview question on the BI side. But you say always that, okay, I have the limited knowledge on the BI where you have the backend tables, source tables, okay, base tables, but I have never worked on the BI. And that's what you say, okay. Now, coming to the projects, implementation project, okay, support projects and enhancement project. These two comes under support project only. Now, implementation project. These are two projects you are going to put in your resumes that you keep it like two implementations and three support or four support projects you are going to keep. So implementation, as we discussed, one is AP, one is AR. Okay, those who are keeping GL, that GL implementation who are going to use it like mostly 8 years, 10 years. So you will get an opportunity to work on the GL because GL, as we discussed, GL is one of the heart of the module for entire financials. Okay, implementation project, you should know about end-to-end process, how implementation starts, how it ends, where it started, where it's ended, how many months you worked on, what are the complex issues you faced out, what is your role in that implementation project, whether you worked on as a lead, okay, or you worked as only senior consultant, you worked on the consultant, what was your role particularly on that implementation project, and support project, where you used to resolve the production issues in support project. Whenever end users are facing any issues, you are going to get a support ticket, okay, and you used to resolve those kind of things. Support project. Now enhancements, it is like additions or deletions, okay, or new requirements. Suppose any requirements, okay, suppose there is a functionality is released, okay, or else some functionality they want to apply. So in enhancement, you can do the modification or existing configuration also you can deactivate, you can delete. So those kind of things you can do in the enhancement projects. Okay, these are the projects you are going to explore it. Okay, now ticketing tools. These are the ticketing tools you are going to use. ServiceNow, Jira, or some clients are using own ticketing tools. They will build their own ticketing tools. Okay. Now you can see this application is Oracle one. Next you can go into explore and data loads. Okay. Suppose we have the invoices. We have 10,000 invoices or maybe take about 1 lakh invoices. Okay. You have the journals. Okay. So by using these two, okay, ADFD is the inbuilt Excel application, which in the Oracle. Okay. If you go to Oracle application, you can see the inbuilt application. We call it as a create invoice from the spreadsheet. We call it as a ADFD, which in the application that is available, ADFD. Now, every out of the application. If you go to, this is a CSV format, this is an Excel format. Okay. Now let's go to Oracle repository and see. You can go to search with the Oracle OER repository. Now go to click on this one where you can download the file-based data import. Click on cloud application. So these every day are used. Okay. These every day are used only during implementation time. 99% and more than 100% they will use the during implementation project. And nowadays for they are using also for transaction purpose also they are using. Click on all books where you can download FBDA templates, file-based data import. These you need to fill. So usually you need to give it to the client based on your whatever module you are working. General ledger. Sorry. No. If there is a journals, okay, the client is moving from the PeopleSoft to Fusion application. Then the journals, how many history of the journals, they are going to transfer like the 5 years of data they are going to load in the Fusion application. For journals, you will use this file, this every. Okay, you will you have to save it one share folder, or you will say send through a mail, but you will get the data from the client will or end users or client will fill the data here, and you will need to validate. Okay, and this is CSV format. You need to generate a CSV format, and you need to save it in the zip folder. You need to upload in the Fusion application. Okay, now there is one more, two more. Oracle Docs and new features. Suppose whenever Oracle releases any features, you can find in the financial what's new. You can type this one, what's new in Oracle Fusion. You can type in the Google, you can get it. Now you can see Oracle Fusion Cloud 26B. Okay, now we are in May, that is in 26B. If you go to procure to pay, if you want to check anything, you can check it. Suppose now let's go to procure to pay. You can see asset acquisition, maintenance and lease, payables, invoice processing. Click on this one. Okay, landed cost, line classification of payables, invoice from the file-based data import. Let's click this one. Designate invoice lines in the payables, invoice import spreadsheet or link load, landed cost charges reference, helping payables using easily mark them as a landed cost during bulk processing. So there is so much you can go through it. Okay, and you have one more. That is what's new, and we have Oracle Docs as well. Let me go through one. You can find the most of the data documents. You can find most of the documents in the Oracle.docs. Where you can find most of the relevant data. You will get most of the data here. If you want to go to financials, you can go. Whatever you want to go, you can go. Click on all books. Now you can see users. Using payable invoice to pay. Click on invoices. Scan using one of the very important interview question, intelligent document recognition. You can read out, you can go through the document step by step, they will be provided. You can also download the documents. This intelligent document recognition, it is like one of the a touchless invoice processing. Okay, like without touching any manual intervention, supplier submit the invoice automatically. The supplier, the invoice will sit into the Oracle Fusion application. There is a few integrations will be tagged out. Then it will be come into the Fusion application automatically. There are few ESS jobs will be scheduled. Then validation, okay, processing, everything will be touchless. There is no manual intervention. As of now, most of the organization who are using the accounts payable module, they are using it. Okay. Now patch releases every 3 months, as we discussed. Every 3 months they will release the patches. as we see in what's new in web. You can search the what's new in Oracle Fusion, you will find it. Now, data migration or data conversions. Okay, whenever you start your implementation of the project, any project, they use the data migration, data conversions. Okay, and data conversion is a one-time activity. Okay, it's like they start one-time activity. It's not a regular activity, and we call it as a master data. We have the master data as well as the transaction data. Master data is for the supplier data, customer data, whereas transaction data, journals, invoices, receipts, bank transactions, and it is a ongoing activity. Every day it is an ongoing activity, and we have the integration also ongoing activity, where only master data is a one-time activity. Okay, for master data, as we discussed, we use the everyday. For transaction data, we use the ADFD. Okay, and integration, regular activity like inbound integration, as we discussed about the third party application, where you can use the journals data, invoices data, receipts, you can use it. For outbound also, sometimes the from Fusion to PeopleSoft it will go, from PeopleSoft to Fusion means inbound, from Fusion to PeopleSoft means outbound, you can take it anyway. Okay, and we have, as we discussed, support projects. Suppose a invoice, okay, a user is creating an invoice, system is not accepting or throwing an error. So at the time, user may raise, business user, key user may raise a support ticket. Then in one of the application, you work on that one, you acknowledge the ticket and you start doing your analysis and you provide the resolution. Okay. Any questions as of now? This we are going to cover in any one of the session, but before going to the sessions, if I explain you, you may get some kind of overview. Any questions, sir? Anyone? If you have any questions?
Easy to understand.
No, I didn't get you. I didn't get. Can you louder?
We got it, Bala. Easy to understand, self-explanatory, all this.
Yeah, because once you understand, no, sir, it will be very easy while we start our regular sessions. We have so much we have to cover it. Like we have to understand every day. Like we need to connect with the real time. Like as end user, as a consultant, as a business, three roles we have to play, sir. Every day, three roles: consultant, as a business side stakeholder, as
And that is what I was asking. So you are saying now three roles as a business, as an end user, as a consultant. So
every
if we
three.
know
Yes,
consult end user job, what exactly they do, then only we can be fixing all the problems raised by them in as a consultant. So you were telling that one day I will give you overview of what end user does, but on a daily basis we should be knowing right what exactly they do. So what kind of
in
errors, what
in
kind of
sim
support, everything.
in
Yeah.
simple terminology, in simple, sir, end users are only data entry operators. You can correct me. Whatever the data they get it, they will enter in the application. Okay, they are not trained. Maybe new joiners. Okay, process gaps. Okay, knowledge gap. Maybe application gap. But as a consultant, you are already as a senior consultant or maybe functional consultant. You are already aware of the end-to-end application knowledge and you are aware of the process wise, subject wise also you are good. They may raise 100 tickets. Suppose out of 100, there might be invalid also. Sometimes they might only raise for immediately they will raise the tickets without knowledgeable, without any questions, without reaching to anybody. They will raise this one. So sometimes we need to give the feedback to the particular managers. See, we don't know how many activities they perform. Suppose in AP, let's take an AP, sir. Okay. Now we have validation, invoice processing, audit, okay, reconciliation, okay, month end activities. and we have vendor master, like supplier data. Okay, and we have procurement, where we have requisitions, PO, GRN, and these are things. So as a consultant, at least we are aware of this entire subject. We don't know what activities each user is performing. Simply we'll get the tickets. Invoice we are not able to create. Okay, payment rejected, we are not able to see. But there might be some functionality issues. There might be process knowledge issues. There might be real bug issues like system issues. We need to sort out until we know what end users will perform. They get the data, suppose invoices data. They will enter in the system application. Okay, they will enter in the application. And whatever the data they see, sometimes they may enter the incorrect data as well. Incorrect data also they will enter it. So sometimes if you are getting frequent issues from one of the user, then you need to write an email. You need to take that user into give the proper trainings and implementation time. As a consultant, you need to train them. Okay, and SOPs. These are the two things. You train them and you need to prepare SOPs. You hand it over them. So they will have the standard operating procedure. System will be there. Document will be there. They follow. Suppose if they are raising frequently with the same issues, then you need to say, see, you have the SOPs. Please go through it. Still, you are not able to understand. Please raise a ticket. Don't raise the tickets immediately. You need to inform. You need to educate them. But as a consultant, end-to-end process we should aware of. And technical side also. Suppose there is a report. Okay. User is, now let's simple example, end users. Now they are trying to extract. Okay, they're trying to extract the report. Maybe let's take about GL report only. The report is not fetching out. Maybe due to huge records, maybe due to some parameters they have given incorrectly. Okay, whatever, maybe they don't have the proper access. Okay, there could be any reason. They might raise a support ticket. Then you will do your analysis. Why? You are able to go to the your dev instance, lower instance. You will extract the same report, the parameters, everything. Then if it is working, then what user has shared any screenshots. Okay, you will ask user or you will connect with the user. See, I'm able to extract the report with these parameters. Are you trying with the same parameters? Can you please check and confirm? If not, please use these parameters. Please use this path and try to extract it. And try to please confirm if you are able to extract the report. These kind of things you will deal with in real time, sir.
Yeah, got it. So like this, I think we need to proceed.
Yeah. Any other Jubeira or like Sai, if you have any questions, you can please ask me. If you don't have, we can wrap up. Okay. And tomorrow also with the same time as we discussed, till three more sessions, it will be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Still Thursday, it is like 8 to 9 p.m. Then we'll decide on Monday, from Monday onward, there is a morning and evening batches based on your enrollment. We'll decide whether you are morning or evening. Morning, we have already set up like 7 to 8 o'clock, like 6:30 to 7 to 8 o'clock. We have already fixed it because there are a couple of people who already enrolled and we have made it like 7 to 8. Now, based on your enrollment, you will be like morning, or if you are convenient with the evening, then we'll start with the 8 to 9 with the same times, whatever today we started. Right. If you don't have any question, let's wrap up. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. Okay. Tomorrow also the same time with the same link you can join. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manoj. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.